Anora is the new film from director Sean Baker, who has made critically acclaimed hits such as The Florida Project and Red Rocket. The film follows the stripper Anora, played by Mikey Madison, as she takes on Ivan, played by Mark Eidelstein, the son of a Russian oligarch, as a client and hastily marries him. Now, just to start, this film has been my favorite theater experience of this year. It is just so hilarious. It's absolutely the funniest movie I have seen so far this year, and it just delivers everything an audience wants. The first half of this film, in particular, just provides for a lot of slapstick comedy, and it's just constant laughs the whole time. The theater that I was in was just having an absolute blast, laughing their asses off. And there's a specific sequence where the people that work for Yvonne's father come to get the marriage annulled and come and break into Yvonne and Honora's house, and it is just a hilarious sequence. It's just so much fun to watch. But the film has a big contrast between that first half and the second half, because while the first half is just wildly fun, hilarious time, it takes a much more dramatic shift in the second half. And so for that reason, I've seen people say that they preferred the first half to the second half, but I like both equally. The first half is very much about Anora and Yvonne being sort of more immature children, just partying their asses off the whole time and just having fun spending all this money. Whereas the second half is a lot more about Anora growing and becoming more mature. And I thought this part added a lot of layers to her character and made it a lot more deep. The film, I think, definitely needed this because while it was fun in that first half, this second half really makes you care for her and just the entire ensemble of characters as a whole. And with that growing maturity from her and some of the other people in the story, the film ends on such a great dramatic note. It's just the best ending of the year so far, in my opinion. And it really caps everything off perfectly. It is a very somber ending, which is in contrast to the wild insanity of so much of the film. But the emotion in here is just really beautiful to see. This ending will make you sit there in silence and think about it. And as I said, the theater I was in was just laughing for so much of the film, but when this final scene hits, everyone in there went dead silent, and it was just a real treat to experience with a crowd. Another aspect that I thought was really excellent were the performances from the entire ensemble. Mikey Madison is obviously the standout here. She is just so funny throughout the majority of this film. She's loud, she's screaming a lot, she really nails that brassy New York accent. And when that final scene that I was talking about comes, she just nails the vulnerability and emotion. I know in my Emilia Perez review last week, I said that Carla Sofia Gascon would be a worthy Best Actress winner, but after seeing this, I would be shocked if anyone beat Mikey Madison in Best Actress. She is just going to be the best in this category, no matter what. Mark Eidelstein as Yvonne was hilarious. There are so many things he says in his broken English that will just make you laugh your ass off. And it really didn't feel like he was even acting. It felt like he was just riffing off so much dialogue throughout the whole time, and it really worked well with how immature his character is. Yura Borisov as Igor was great. He is easily the most restrained performance here. A lot of times he's just the silent guy in the corner who's just giving really funny looks or just delivering lines really dry, and those are just as funny as the more over-the-top comedic parts with Eidelstein. And he really gets a chance to shine in the last act of this film, and he's just so sweet and brilliant here. Everyone else is just as equally funny as well, and the entire ensemble really just makes this film so special. I thought the style that Baker utilizes for this film was excellent as well. Drew Daniels' cinematography really captures a lot of natural lights, and he uses a lot of neon lighting for the more over the top party sequences in the first half, and it's just beautiful to look at. The wide angle lenses that kind of warp the edges of the frame are utilized very well, and overall, just across the board, on a technical level, this film's just really captivating. I will say one minor negative that I have that has been mentioned by most people is the fact that this film is too long. While it didn't necessarily bother me because I was just fully locked in the entire time, admittedly, there was a good 15 minutes of this film that probably could have been cut out and no one in the audience would have even realized. Sean Baker is his film's own editor, and it does show as he is wanting to put everything in here, put every single funny part in, and while it is really engaging to watch, some of it could have been trimmed. Overall, though, Anora is absolutely one of the year's best films. It provides for so many laughs, and it provides for one of the most exciting experiences in a theater this year. But the way the film shifts from that to the more dramatic side in the second half and really deepens the character of Anora makes this film so much more special, and the way it ends will not be topped this year. Mikey Madison's performance, I believe, will go down as one of the best performances of the decade because she just adds so much to this character and fully embodies it. It is masterful to experience. Now, I have been going back and forth between a 4.5 and a 5. I want to be objective, and if I am, I would probably have to rate this 4.5. But like I said, the length of the film personally did not bother me at all. And because this film accomplished so much with just transporting me out of all of the bad stuff in the world and just having the time of my life for 2 hours and 19 minutes, I would give Anora 5 stars. That's it for my Anora review, everybody. I am interested to see how this plays on a rewatch, if I still give it 5 stars or if that length bothers me a little bit more. If you'd like to see my thoughts on that after I see it again tonight, follow my letterbox, the link's in the description. And if you liked what you saw here today and you would like to see more, subscribe to follow the odyssey that is Oscar season.